the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians, and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
I got weed pots!
First part out. This episode is brought to you by, hey, Chef Mike. This episode is brought to you today by Incredibles Edibles Company. Their parent company, Medically Correct, is launching a brand new product line. It's going to be tailored to those that love food. So it's fine cocoa. It's a single source cocoa product, minced and mixed with a cannabis that's on par with the Incredibles brand. And it's all coming to you for under $20 a bar. So we're talking about primo cannabis edibles for under $20 out of a dispensary. And we're talking about flavors like salted caramel, island coconut. I mean, this shit will transport you to another time and place. So get ready. Make sure you're following Incredibles Edibles. Be looking for the Nove line. And go follow Medically Correct LLC for all you need to know for their whole product line. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stoned Appetit. You just heard that badass ad read? Well, we're back with a badass new episode. Coming to you, as always, it's me, Kip. Chris is working that double life front of house. So we're coming to you from Free Market. We're going solo bird, but luckily enough, I got two great guests with me today. As y'all heard last week with our Funky Flames episode, we're really trying to hype these local entrepreneurs that are doing great fucking things in our community, which brings me pride in saying that we have with us today Chef David Wright, but I think I've got a new term for it. We're going to call it...
Was it the head churnest?
You're the head churnest from Wright Cream.
Head churnest.
Creamery, David Wright. And that second voice you heard was his business partner, Josh Siegel, who's here to make sure that we don't step out of line and fuck up the business model. But, David, how are you, brother?
I'm doing well. I've always referred to myself as the head creamist because I thought it was a little bit more lewd and, lascivious or whatever that word
is.
This
is a PG-14 episode, so please don't be the head creamy.
We went through a lot of other options, too, like the Churnerito was one.
We had a couple. I mean, what was it? The Mostest? What was the fucking... God damn it. Okay, so before we get started, we want to give a shout out to our friends over at Evo Lab as well. Without them, this brain buzz would just be off. Great
products at Evo Lab.
But me and Josh are stewing on what your title would be. But you're a restaurant entrepreneur that has created something we all need that we didn't know we needed out of thin air. So you're like a fucking Nikola Tesla of creme.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
good. David, say hello to my crowd.
Well, hi, crowd. Thanks for having me on, and I hope you guys like the ice cream if you've had it before. And if you haven't had it, it's probably because you're too slow on the internet or something like that. So.
Well, that is one thing we are going to talk about. It feels like you are the Ticketmaster cunt of ice cream. But before we get to that, let's introduce your co-partner in crime, Josh Siegel. Josh, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
All right, that's enough about Josh. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah. Wait, what were you saying? Seriously.
No, thanks for having us. This is cool. This is a cool show. I've liked your show for a long time, so appreciate having us on, and thanks and shout out to all your listeners.
fuck, I missed a compliment by being a dickhead. So now I look like a dickhead.
I
But
made it extra
We're like Bill's
nice.
Mafia. We just kind of
Play
turn it
that.
around on you. You know, you're going to talk shit about us. We're going to donate a bunch of money to your charity and make you look like an idiot. you
Oh,
know?
that was a very good Andy Dalton plug right there. I like what you did there. That's nice.
We have-
We can talk sports. We'll talk a little Barstool plug. We'll talk a little
Shout out
fresh
Barstool.
food. We'll talk a little creating a business in a pandemic,
Yeah.
as well as we're going to talk all great things that are going on, you know, for the summer and what you're vibing on.
Yeah.
But before we get started and diving in all that nitty gritty, we start the episode the same way every time,
Yep.
with a quick shout out to our friends over at Bruto and the Free Market. Bruto is obviously they've been partners in crime. Chef Kelly has always been there to support me, and we love to support them. And with Chef Michael DeLeon,
Yeah.
I know that's
DeLeon.
not. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I did it.
That's how we say it.
He fucking kills it. Last week, Cinco de Mayo, epic with Eric Benny Bloom from the Lettuce and Benny and Zoid's wine collection. Fucking kick-ass party. And they're going. Summer is ripping, roaring. They're hiring, but they're also spitting out dank eats out of the oven, as well as the bar that's open to to the dairy block. So come on down. That brings us to my first question
I'm
of the
going
night.
Thursday. Reservation Thursday.
There you
David
go.
and I have probably been
Chef's table style.
4 or 5 times together.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Shout out Chef Miguel over there at Bruto. Really good friend. And he won't say this because he doesn't want to big dick it, but he's the best chef in the city right now.
Well, do you know that he is actually a couple episodes behind you? So the calendar's laid out, but we do episodes like 3 times a week, and then they're peppered out throughout.
Yep.
So sometimes they don't hit on a weekly basis, but I know when this one's dropping. Hey, there's Steven. Also, Run for the Roses is back open, gripping and ripping. Cocktails in the basement of the Free Market.
Love it.
Come on down. I mean, it's like these were our stomping grounds pre-COVID, and we're
Yeah.
back. Like, it feels like we're coming back to life down
Yep.
here. I'm excited to be recording down here. I'm excited to eat down here. I'm excited to drink down here. I'm excited to be partying back here.
100%.
But let's get back down to the nitty-gritty on this episode. So we start every episode the same way, guys. And we're going to start with the Churnest with the Murnest. David, are you a transplant or a native to Colorado?
Technically, I'm a transplant, but I've been here for, how old am I? I've been here for 17 years. So, and I'm 29. So I've been here for more than half of my life. I'm from LA originally, Ventura County. But
Yeah, so I'm pretty positive from the vocal native constituency that you will not ever get that native sticker on your Subaru. But at the same time, as a Mississippian 10 years deep, I would have anointed you, especially leaving Ventura Boulevard to come out here.
hey, man, I've always said that, you know, I grew up in LA, but I committed all my crimes in Colorado. So that's where I'm really from. You know what I mean? You
That's
don't-
way too clever for you to have said that originally.
That's
So
definitely not
somebody-
something
no,
you
that's
said first.
110% all me. Okay?
You're full of shit. I
Yeah.
feel like that's
You're right. I've committed crimes in other places too.
Exactly. See, it's all semantics. Well, welcome to Colorado. We'll obviously shit on the Dodgers, talk positively of the
Totally
Rockies.
fine with
That's
that.
right.
But
Fuck the
there's no
Lakers.
reason
It was a
to.
terrible Nuggets game last night.
Yeah, well,
we
don't
hit
date
all-
us when we're recording this. People are going to know. But yeah, that was a poor showing. Jokic was about the only one that had double digits. All right, so welcome to Colorado,
Thank you,
David.
sir.
17 years strong. All right, your business partner and the fashionably dressed Josh. Josh, you a transplant or native?
It's actually a hard question for me to answer because I'm a 5th generation Denverite, but I was technically
But-
born in Berkeley, California, in a small window of time that my parents were living there.
They were eating acid with the dead.
Yeah,
Probably,
they were.
actually.
They were probably doing some of that. They were getting super blazed and watching MASH episodes.
Fuck yeah!
Right? So
1980 was a good year.
that's right. So
I don't know if you're 41. I didn't mean to place you like that.
No. I'm also 29. So I was born in California, but my family lived there for a small period of time. As soon as I was born, April of '92, my family moved back here in December of '92. So 5th generation,
That doesn't count.
I think it counts.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
like
guess
you're on vacation
it's a
and your
weird-
mom's pregnant
Yeah.
and you were born in Japan. You're like, I'm Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how
I
that works.
can't remember which Republican senator, but one of those fucks was born in Canada. I think it was Ted Cruz. It's like that. You're a Ted Cruz baby.
I am. I'm exactly like that.
Yeah, you went from a progressive
Zodiac killer's baby.
Yeah. That's exactly how I was going to paint you at the end of the episode.
Exactly what I was going for.
Nailed it.
Totally nailed
Well,
it.
so the reason I say that is because when we ask natives when they are, I'm an actual native, we ask what hospital they are from.
Right.
And so then we talk about the neighborhood. But seeing as neither of you cunts are from here, we don't have to have that discussion.
We don't have to.
But at the same time, I can't ask you what brought you to Colorado either because both of y'all were
young
dependents on somebody else's tax return.
It's important to note that my dad is from here and went to,
You
went to
mentioned
George.
fifth generation.
He did. He's fifth
Oh,
generation.
shit.
Josh is
Goddamn.
fifth generation.
Are you? He's just a Coloradan?
My dad grew up here, all of his family and everything like that. He graduated from George Washington High School in 1970. So
my mom went to George Washington High School. David and I went to high school together.
Shout out to Glendale.
we went to
Leesdale, Monaco.
Leesdale, Monaco.
Hey, their golf coach
Coincidentally, that's
and
where
business teacher is a friend of mine. So
Yeah,
shout out
and
to
that's across the
George
street.
Washington. What was their
Was
name?
it Patriots? I think
Patriots.
Slave owners?
Across the street from the synagogue that
Slave
David
drivers.
and I's families belonged to.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's exactly what it was. It was kind of that, like, the Jewish community center was.
It's the Hilltop neighborhood. It's the Jewish
Yeah,
community in Denver.
yeah. So that was was it a heavily populated Jewish
It
community?
is. It still
Hey,
is.
speaking of the
Is it?
Jewish
See,
community,
I don't know that.
Yeah.
But shout out to the tribe. I want to
Yeah.
let Brian know that we're thinking about you, brother. We're thinking about Mr. Libman. We love you dearly. We love you all the time. Member of the tribe. I know y'all be with him if y'all know him as well.
For sure.
What were you about to say?
I'm just saying, right across from the Jewish Community Center,
Swimming pool?
one of our best customers, and owns a dispensary, Life Flower dispensary over there. John,
That kind love?
no, Life Flower dispensary across the street from Jewish Community Center, right
Yeah,
there,
is that the one in the parking lot with the
Mexican restaurant.
with the Target?
No.
That's
That's
the one we support.
Yeah,
That's kind of love.
it's a little bit further down the road. Well,
It's
John's
okay.
John's a
Neither
great
of
customer. Shout out, John.
Neither of them pay us. So it's cool. What's up, John? We appreciate you supporting Dank-Ass Ice Cream.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So everyone tune into this episode because they want to know more about how the fuck you started I guess we'll call it a churning hobby into a brick and mortar on the most poppin' street in the most popular city in Denver. But we kind of got to work our way to that. Josh, we're going to put you on the back burner for a second. David, I want to learn a little bit
He's
more
used to
about. Oh yeah, I do knife hits as well. It's cool. It's not a big deal.
This is where I thrive in the background.
Yeah, Skittles, brother, Skittles. Shout out to our backers, James, Michael, live well. David, how did we kind of come to the fruition that you knew how to make ice cream? How did you get into the culinary world?
Yeah, so it's there's a lot to it for sure, but I think the coolest thing about it is that I can really kind of trace everything, from start to finish.
No,
So-
that's actually not cool.
Yeah.
As a podcast of this nature, we don't like tracing.
no.
Like, the less things you can
You don't have
categorically
tracing
tail
right now?
back to me, I would like less of. Wait, so trace it back for us.
Yeah.
Start from the beginning.
So-
you started to eat ice cream at 6.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start from like the very beginning, but be very brief about it, right? So I started making ice cream in my parents' house when I was like 16 years old.
Are you talking about the,
right?
the fucking wooden bucket?
No,
where you would grind with
no.
salt? You know what I'm talking about?
That's
Yeah,
where he
for
became
sure. Yeah.
the tyke churnest. The little tyke churnest.
Yeah, my parents bought me one
That's
when
really
I was
close.
6. Yeah, no, I didn't do that. But I always loved Good Eats, always loved Iron Chef America and all that kind of stuff. Like Food Network was my
Morimoto!
shit. Yeah,
Dude,
honestly,
when they didn't even speak English back in the day?
Yeah.
And you
Japanese
just watch
episode.
it
First
scorched
episode
at
was trout ice cream.
11:30,
They were
and you're
dubbed.
just like,
They were dubbed over. And
First
you could
episode
not
was-
follow- you could not
Dude.
follow.
with
and
that,
it was like, begin! And it was like,
I can't
God,
even
we need to
remember
film
the
this
name
again.
of the original Japanese chef that was on that show, but he did like trout ice cream. and,
Morimoto.
like, no, it was a different guy. And he did like trout ice cream on the first. He's looking it up. That's a good idea. We do have a computer in front of us, but just seeing that kind of stuff
shout
just
out to
inspired me.
producer Zane.
Just that kind of stuff like inspired me to start cooking. And like I bought a countertop ice cream machine, right? Just like one of those Cuisinart ones that you freeze the core in and put in your freezer overnight, and then you can only make one batch in, right?
Machiba.
Right.
Machiba was and then
There it
Chinkachi,
is.
and then French Utaka.
Yeah, I think it was
Shabi.
Utaka. I think it was Utaka that did the
Ushabi and Taki.
Yeah.
Those are the Japanese Iron Chefs.
Yeah, those are
They
the
were the
originals.
ones before
Morimoto.
Morimoto.
Yeah, they were the original
Wow,
ones.
that show has such depth.
Yeah.
God damn it! It's like I mean, it was the epitome of the 11:30. Oh, we've already watched Sports Center at 7. I don't even know what you're talking about. I was looking it up, pretending it was my producer.
It's all good. It's all good.
Edit this out, Zane.
The first